What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another day here at Summit Auto Lab in Park City, Utah. Again, we are going to be working on the Porsche Cayman wide body project. If you guys missed my last video, we did like our super rough draft test fit of all the panels. And in today's video, we're gonna make sure the panels are all perfect and prepped and ready for us to just start drilling in a ton of holes. I think there's like 40 something holes that we need to drill into the car so that we can bolt the kit right on. So this kit doesn't fit perfect. Most wide body kits and aftermarket panels and fiberglass panels and stuff, they require a little bit of modification to get them to fit just right. So you can see right here, this needs to be pushed in a little bit and secured. If you guys look right in here, the front bumper and lip flange is kind of bumping into the front radiator. I also need to figure out if there's a way for me to scoot this up a little bit more. You can see like the body gap is a little bigger there than it is there. Doesn't bother me too much, so if we have time, we'll address that. This right here is like a total mess. I have no idea how this is supposed to work. But like this obviously needs to be drilled into the side panel. But like this part of the car doesn't seem to be like lining up very well at all. This is like 2 inches. Man, I don't know. We'll figure that out. The rear bumper here, you can't see it right now, but behind here, there needs to be a bracket to screw into, which is this bracket. So we need to modify this heavily to get it to fit with the new back bumper here. So we're gonna be modifying the kit. We're gonna be modifying some brackets. We're gonna be maybe making our own brackets to hold in. Oh, another thing, like this is like really flimsy. You can see how like flimsy that is. We gotta modify a bracket and create our own bracket to kind of hold that in place and get a game plan for all that. So without further ado, let's get to work. So first things first, I got my little Sharpie here. I'm gonna mark where the radiator is hitting this little flange. So I'm gonna kind of draw a line around that. I don't wanna go too far or else you'll see the cut right there. So I'm gonna mark it right there. And then we're gonna pull the bumper off and get our Dremel out and start cutting that. Okay, so I got both of the sides marked on the radiator conflict areas. So I'm gonna pull the bumper off and I'm gonna trim that off. Don't laugh at my marks, they're very crude, but I have the general idea and shape that I want to cut off. Well, that was a piece of cake. This Dremel, man, cut through it like butter. I'm gonna test fit this again and see if our cuts were accurate. Look who showed up to help film. I'm gonna hand her the camera. Let's test fit this thing. Fits perfect. So as you guys can see, we are not touching the radiator there, but the bumper is now like extra flimsy. But I've thought of a solution for that. At the end, once everything's kind of on the car, I'm gonna be mimicking the rest of the underbody. The underbody's flat and like plastic sheets. I'm gonna find some sort of plastic sheet somewhere. I don't know where to buy that, but I'll figure it out. And make my own like under panel skirt thing that will attach to here somewhere. And that I'll be drilling into the side skirt so that we don't have this issue. So moving on from the front bumper solutions are now kind of solved. This part right here, where this over fender meets the side skirt, is extremely perplexing. I am kind of stumped with this. I basically need to figure out how to attach them together, but then like this isn't lined up. I gotta like bend it a bunch, and then I gotta figure out how to secure it inside, because there's like a big gap right there. So I gotta figure that out. Also, I need to figure out how to secure the side skirt onto the bottom of the car, because right now it's just kind of like doing that. But that's kind of puzzling me, and I haven't figured out a solution yet. So I'm gonna be moving on to the back bumper. It's this part. So this part, which is really weird, it's like heat shielding for the exhaust, wheel well, plus like a bracket piece that the back bumper screws into right here. So I need to modify this a ton to get it to fit. I have to basically like cut the wheel well like this to get the back bumper to like fit on, and then I can screw it in. So I'm gonna work on this next, which there's one on this side and one on that side. Okay, so I just test fitted the back bumper. Man, we need to do a lot of modifying to this like bracket slash heat shield slash wheel well thing. So basically, what it looks like I need to do is I need to get rid of this whole flange around there, make it flat. I need to then trim this whole corner off and then follow this line all the way down. And then we'll test fit it again and see what else we need to cut, because I'm sure there's more. So back to our trusty Dremel. That is by far the best tool to have when you're working with fiberglass body panels, man. So Faith expressed a little bit of interest in cutting. So I'm gonna have her cut from here to here, this whole chunk out, and then I'll do all the little intricate work. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Safety first, mates. So how does this work? Am I doing okay?
Yeah, looks great. Just follow the line. Hey, there you go, see? Nice. Good job. Nice. That was your first Dremel experience.
It was not great, but
yeah.
I'll let you take it from me.
Okay, all right. We haven't finished it yet because I got to see if I got to cut more off, but
yeah, I did that.
Nice.
Does she fit?
Yeah.
Nice.
Perfectly, actually.
Yay!
It's actually a pretty smart design. So there's a bolt underneath this, and the kit is flush on top of the bolt. So that's actually pretty awesome.
Cool.
That fender bracket thing turned out so good. Pound it. Nice. All right, we've gotten to the portion of the vlog where we needed a little bit more space, and it's a beautiful day out. Sal guy right there is enjoying the sun, aren't you? Nice. So we moved the bumper out here so we have a little place to work. One last thing I need to modify before we do like kind of our final fit is I need to modify this crash bar. One solution would be to just remove the crash bar completely, but I don't like that solution. I don't, you know, in case, heaven forbid, somebody rear ends me, they'll go right through this fiberglass, and then they'll just go like right into the exhaust and the transmission, which would then basically total the car. So I'm gonna leave the crash bar on. I just have to chop off these ends. These ends kind of hit the bumper and don't let it sit flush. Safety first.
Sunglasses. You gotta look cool while you're doing it, right?
Safety first, and I also have ear protection because it's really loud.
Hey.
Film, lady.
Hey!
Come film.
What?
I got the piece off. Well, one end. So it doesn't look very pretty, but I do want to kind of clean it up and kind of shave those down.
Wow, that looks dangerous.
Yeah. Good thing, once it's on, the bumper's on, nobody's going to be able to see this, except for everybody who's watching the videos. So,
yeah, well.
Yeah.
Ow!
It's hot. All right. We did it, you guys. The crash bar is not touching anywhere. In fact, it's actually got a pretty healthy gap between the crash bar and the bumper. So I think the back bumper is good. I just got to make that custom bracket on the bottom. I got to secure it, make sure it's flush with these other panels, and then I think we got to move on to the next thing, which I have no idea what that is.
It's lunchtime.
Are we gonna go get food?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starving. All right, do the flip thing so the food just appears automatically.
Okay.
Do it
Ready,
real quick.
set,
Ready, go.
Boom.
So I don't really want to brag or anything, but we're just sitting here eating an amazing meal at Burger King. But look at this view. Man, I love Park City. All the fall colors are coming in. Man, historic Main Street is just right down the street right there. Okay, you guys, back to work. So there's so much more to do on this. It's basically pretty much done. I think I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Really, all I gotta do is like super small, intricate stuff, like create a way to like screw this in right here with just like a riv nut. Stuff that like I can't really film very well. So I'm gonna be working on this over the next couple hours and getting it prepped and ready to drill the holes. I think that's gonna be my next video. I've already reached out to James and my cousin and my uncle. They all wanna be part of the chaos, like drilling holes into a Porsche Cayman. So I think that's gonna be the next video. I'm gonna set you guys down and get back to work on this and get it prepped and ready for that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Keep your fingers crossed for me. I really don't wanna mess up. But I think the next video is gonna be drilling holes. So stay tuned for that. We will see you there. Peace.